You know, I really am regretting doing this TBR game. Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be my November TBR. So if you don't know, I have a TBR game that I've been playing for a few months where I blindfold myself and pick books from my rotating shelves. I also have some new rules, and some of them include a TBR jar, which is my lovely skull here with these bright colored prompts. The rules will be in the description box so you can read them and see what I'm talking about. If you want to see them kind of explained a little bit more and in action, if you haven't seen my TBR game before, I will link my previous TBR videos so you can see what the game is kind of about, and you can follow along a little bit better than me just going straight into things. This TBR is going to be kind of crazy because in September I actually didn't finish my TBR. I had 4 books left over and I never got to them. I filmed my October TBR before I knew I wasn't going to finish my September TBR, so I wasn't able to add the books on like I should have from September into my October TBR. So instead, in November, I am pulling 8 books from my spinning shelves instead of 6, and the 2 remaining books I'll just pick some prompts to pick those just to make it a little bit easier. But I'm also doing it that way so I don't pick 2 books from the same shelf, which is one of my rules that I'm not allowed to do. So that way I'm not breaking a rule and adding another book onto my TBR, because 10 books is already a lot for me, so I didn't want to make it more complicated than I had to. Besides pulling more books and having a bigger TBR, the color of the month is brown. So if I pull a book with a brown cover while blindfolded, Justin is going to let me know, and I can either choose to keep it or I can choose to swap it and pick a prompt from the TBR jar and go with that one. I think that's all. This is going to be a crazy, wild TBR, so fingers crossed that it goes my way and it's not too terrible, because I have a feeling I'm going to be in a slump in November and I really don't need a really bad TBR, but we shall see. So let's get into the fun stuff and let's start picking the books blindfolded. Alright, we are here. We are going to spin and pick the books. I am blindfolded. Justin's gonna hold up fingers to see if I can see anything, even though we all know he cheats and holds up crazy things, so who even knows what's gonna happen. 5.
No.
Okay. 2.
No.
6.
No.
Okay. That's enough. I don't trust you anymore, because you cheat. You hold up like scissors and stuff. Alright, let's do our first spin. Remember, we have extra books this time, so we'll be spinning more this round. Or this month. Oh god, I'm nervous. Alright, first 2 books. So, because of the rule and because I don't want to forget which row I have picked from, I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 because it's just gonna be easier. So this is the first one. Oh god, I'm scared of this already. Alright, this is book number 1. I have no idea what this is, and it's terrifying me. Same thing. Oh, I don't like what I just picked. I know what this is, I think. Well, maybe. If this is Hex, is it worth keeping? I'm trying to think of how I want to read, but I don't know if this is Hex. It could be. It feels like Hex. I'm gonna regret this. I know deep in my soul I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna keep it. This is my second book. I am 99.5% sure this is Hex, and I may regret this later on, but I'm gonna keep it. Alright, spin them again. Okay, so we picked 1, going to 2, I have no idea. Alright, book number 3. I also do not know what this is. Okay, book number 4. I don't know what this is either. Feels like a book of the month. It's probably a book of the month, but I don't know which one. Okay. Okay. Book number 4. I don't know what this is and I'm scared. Okay, we did 1, we did 2. Oh, they're all tall. Oh no. Oh wait. I know what this one is. I know what this one is, and I am gonna take it because I wanted to read this one this month anyways. I believe this is Out There Screaming, only because of the cover, I can tell. And that's making me excited because I feel like this is the only one I'm actually excited about. But this is book number 5. Okay, shelf 1, shelf 2, shelf 3. Oh, it's stiff. I have no idea what this is. Alright, book number 6. I also have 0 idea what this one is, so let's hope it's good. Okay, last spin. I'm not confident in these picks. Okay, time for the last ones. For this, at least. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Book number 7. Also 0 idea what this one is. This is the last book. I hope it's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one feels small. So that's why I'm gonna pick it. Let's hope it's actually small and good. Okay, the 8th book that I have picked, Blindfolded, is this one. I'm hoping we're ending on a good note because I'm a little worried, so I guess we'll see. Okay, that felt very bad. Very, very bad. So the last 2 books that I will be picking are going to be from my TBR jar. Ooh, look at how cool it looks. I love this skull so much. Hopefully this will give me a slight break. I'm very nervous. Those picks felt not good and I'm very, very worried. So let's hope that the skull is going to be much nicer to me. Okay, let's see. Oh god, they're stuck together. I'm gonna pick this one. Okay. You're joking. You're actually joking me right now. I just got one of my least favorite prompts. A book over 400 pages. And we all know that I hate long books. Yes? So this is torturous for me. Well, this is horrible. Let me find one that's over 400 pages that I actually want to read. Yeah? So that was actually much harder than I thought. I apparently don't have that many books over 400 pages. Shock, shock, shock. I decided to go with Delicious Monsters by Lizelle Samberry. It's YA, so I feel like that might be not as bad because YA reads faster. So yeah, I guess this one is now on my TBR. Well, apparently November is not going to be Erin's easy month. Oh god. Okay. You know, I really am regretting doing this TBR game. My other one is pick a book with a trope you dislike. Honestly, I dislike a lot of tropes, so I have no idea what to pick. Let me look and I will get back to you in a second. Okay, the book I went with for trope I dislike is The Patient by Jane Shemilt. This is about a doctor who gets a guy that comes to her for some mental illness, and they end up having an affair. One, I hate doctors in books because they're usually written poorly, but also I hate the affair trope. So I guess this will do. Thanks, TBR Jar. You were really helpful with this. I guess it's time to look at the TBR and see what I'm stuck with this month. Can't wait. Alright, my friends, it's time to find out what kind of TBR I picked. Let's get Justin to bring over the books and reveal them to myself and you. You all already know what they are, but still. You see, I don't like how heavy this stack is. Good! Dark Water by Koji Suzuki. I just read Ring, so that's fun. I believe this is actually a short story collection, which, you know, I like short story collections. It could be interesting. I didn't love Ring, so I don't know how this is gonna work out for me, but hopefully I like it better. You know, I guess we'll see. So, oh, my good friend Hex, who I've been meaning to read for eons and eons and eons. I knew it was Hex. I contemplated guessing it so I could take it off my TBR, but honestly, it's a book that I've been meaning to read for so long, and I'm kind of tired of putting it off. It is a witchy story. I feel like it's very hit or miss. I feel like people either really love it or they really hate it. So I am nervous that I could fall into the category of hating it, but I want to give it a try, so I guess November is the time to do that, so we'll see. Interesting! Okay, this is the book I couldn't figure out. It's These Fleeting Shadows by Kate Alice Marshall. I actually DNF'd this last October, not because I didn't like it, I just got one chapter into it and then decided to stop reading it for whatever reason. I just wasn't in the mood. So I believe this is about the main character who inherits her grandfather's like estate and like everything he leaves behind, and she's like completely flabbergasted by that. Like she didn't really know him that well, but to get all of that, she has to stay at the estate for 1 full year. If she doesn't, then she won't get anything. And I guess the estate is like kind of like haunted and creepy and eerie, and like weird things happen. So it's a YA. It should be fairly easy. I'm not too worried about this one, I guess. Okay, so Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. I just hauled this one. I just got it from Book of the Month. It's like a true crime story. I believe that it is telling a story about like the victims of Ted Bundy, but without talking about Ted Bundy, which I think is really cool. I'm very particular about true crime and how I read and consume true crime. I've heard really interesting things about this one, and I think it could, like, I don't know, switch up the stuff I'm reading, so hopefully I really like it. I knew I picked Out There Screaming. I felt the cover and I decided to keep it because I wanted to read this in October and I just knew I wasn't going to get a chance to read this one. So I'm glad that I'm going to get to push it into November because I'm very, very excited about this collection of stories. I've heard great things. I'm very excited to check out all the authors that I haven't ever read from before. I just think it's going to be a great collection and I'm very excited about it. So if you watched last month's TBR, I actually pulled Stranger Things Happen by Kelly Link, and Justin thought I didn't want to read it, so he swapped it for Garlic and the Vampire, but now I actually get to read it. I am noticing a theme. This is a short story collection. This is a short story collection, and this is a short story collection. So I guess November is going to be a short story collection month, by accident, but definitely looks like that now. Oh, The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torre. Interesting. I've had many people tell me to read this one. I've heard it's like a really, really good thriller, so I'm very excited. I actually don't remember what it's about, but I actually think that's a good thing because I think I'll enjoy it more if I go into it not knowing too much. So this one's not too bad. I feel like this one could be a really good pick for me. Oh, okay. 6 Stories by Matt Wesolowski, I think is how you say this author's name. Very interesting. I've heard some things about this. I really like the cover, and I don't actually remember what this is about. So this is gonna have like 6 interviews, and I guess they're gonna try to like work out the mystery and stuff like that. This one doesn't sound too bad. It's not too long, so I think that'll be helpful, and it sounds interesting, and I'm kind of glad that this one's in there because I've been meaning to read it. And then of course for the prompts, I picked Delicious Monsters for the over 400-page book. And for the trope I dislike, I picked The Patient. That's the TBR. I would be lying if I said I wasn't very, 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 very worried. Very nervous. Honestly, just I hope I actually get these all read. I'm actually kind of freaked out that I'm not going to be able to do it, but yeah, this is the TBR. November is going to be a very interesting month. Obviously, me not finishing my TBR in September really hurt me, and the TBR prompts obviously proved that. They were not happy with me for not completing my TBR, so I definitely got the punishments this month, unfortunately, but it is what it is, so I guess that's it. I guess we'll see in my TBR video for December if I actually get a nice December or if I'm gonna get punished again, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these, if you think I'm gonna like any of these, if you're excited to hear my thoughts on any of these. Please let me know in the comments down below. That would make me feel better about reading this really wild mishmash. Send your good thoughts my way. November is going to be hard. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I also have a Patreon linked down in the description box. We can become friends, talk about books, horrifying books, thrilling books, romance books, manga, all that good fun stuff. And with that being said, I hope you're having a great day, night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.